Hey y'all, welcome back. It's been a minute, babes. What? Not my business is out. What? Babes, what's going on? Can't have my businesses out in the street. Like, I'm trying to shut down my computer. Welcome back, babes. I know it's been a while since my last video, and honestly, I just wanted to take the time to really recover. And I haven't been in the right headspace to be on YouTube, but now here I am, and this is exciting because I can actually continue my BBL like playlist, my videos that you all are like requesting. And I really want to thank you for all the prayers and everyone that has checked on me, everyone who has supported me, everyone who's watched my videos, everyone who's kept up with me on TikTok and asked me things. So I really did compile a lot of the questions and the frequently asked questions that I've gotten just so I can sit down and make this video. And I know I've seen a lot of these videos, but I made sure in being very diligent and making all of my surgery videos completely different than the videos that you all probably seen in the videos that I've watched. Before I got surgery, this is going to go into answering the first question, but before I got surgery, I really did, well, I've been watching BBL videos honestly since like senior year of high school, so 2015. I literally watched years and years of BBL videos and did extensive research, and that's why I was able to share with y'all about the laws and everything in Florida and all of that sort. So if you haven't checked out those videos, please check out those videos because I did a lot of research just so I can share with other dolls, so other dolls, you know, will survive, man. Survive, man, because let me tell you something, elective surgery, non-elective surgery, surgery is surgery, and it is just very important to just keep your mental and keep your physical right. So going into the first question is, how long did it take me to pay for surgery? And that's kind of I don't want to say that's a weird question, I completely understand, but I signed my contract with well, let me actually, y'all know I always have my iPad for notes because I don't want to like forget anything, and I just want to make sure that I'm answering everything that you all have asked. Probably not everything, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me answer this a little bit in like kind of order. So the first question is I get a lot is, who is your doctor, or who was your doctor? And my doctor was Dr. Oliver Chang at Spectrum Aesthetics in Miami, Florida. And the second question I would get is, why did I choose Dr. Chang? And honestly and truly, I chose Dr. Chang because one, he had no deaths at the time. I would say at the time. Now he has technically, well, he has one death now, but it's technically not his fault. So depending on how you view that, that's how you view that. But he, to me, still has no deaths. And I chose him because of that. And I also chose him because I did extensive research on his background, where he went to school at, and I did like that he studied and did a huge what is it called, and anyway, but he did a huge research thing on pulmonary embolism, and he wrote research and he actually published it. And so in order for him to do research like that, he had to actually spend years researching about pulmonary embolism, which is the #1 reason why girls are unalive during the surgery. So that was like one of the #1 things that was very important to me. Another thing that was very important to me with choosing him and why I chose him was because I wanted a minority doctor. I just wanted a minority doctor, and he is of Asian Pacific descent. So although he's not black, he's still a minority, and I just wanted to make sure I was supporting someone who, you know, was a minority. And another reason why I chose him, because one, I did like his work. I loved the work that he done on other dolls. Granted, you know, some doctors, they can only do as much as a woman wants them to do, or what a woman wants them to do. So sometimes I feel like dolls are blaming doctors on like, oh, these girls look too this, but it's not necessarily the doctor. It might just be the girls, and that's what they're asking for, or they've had more than one BBL. Y'all gotta keep in mind, a lot of girls get more than one BBL. And I heard about his bedside manner being very nice. I searched his name on the American Board of Plastic Surgery. I saw that he had an active license and was registered as a plastic surgeon, which I've talked about this in my other videos. A lot of surgeons in Miami are not registered plastic surgeons. You can practice plastic surgery in Miami without being a plastic surgeon. So it was very important to me to make sure that the person I was going to was registered under the American Board of Plastic Surgery, and they had their license in good standing. And so that's why I also followed Dr. Chang for years actually. Oh my gosh. So I signed my contract in 2019. I followed him 2016. I've followed him since 2016. 2017, 2016. So it's been a long time of me watching him before I even chose him, and I just made sure I did my due diligence. So those are to answer those two questions. Another question I usually get is what surgery did I get, and I got a BBL with lipo. So I got 360 lipo of my abdomen, my sides, my back. I also added thigh lipo, so I did get inner thigh lipo, and then I got a BBL. Another question is how much fat did they graft to my butt? They grafted 1500 cc's to the right, 1560 to the left. It's never going to be the same no matter whose body it is. There's always going to be one more, one less, whatever. So 1500 cc's was basically what I got grafted into my behind. What was my weight and my height? I weighed 194 going into surgery. However, when I signed my contract, I was 185 and they asked me to gain weight. So by the time I got down to the surgery place, I was 194. And I am 6 feet tall, so my weight looks differently because I am a tall girly. And I also will give you my going into surgery. That was the heaviest I've ever been. Well, 185 was already the heaviest I've ever been when I signed my surgery contract. But then when they asked me to gain more weight, I was like, come again? What do you mean? So 194, I was really like a size 10. Well, I started once I hit like 194. Sleep probably was like a size 12, but because most of my clothes are like stretchy and stuff, I didn't really fit a size 12. And so yeah, that was that. And my BMI at the time, I was at a 26.4 when I was 194 pounds. Now when I was 184 pounds, my BMI was a lot less than that. I actually have a printed 24 when I signed my surgery contract, and then when I gained the 10 pounds, my BMI hit a 26.4. So I was at a 26.4 BMI before going into surgery. I was at 20.8% body fat. I had 8 visceral fat, which is at an acceptable score, and then I was 144.8 pounds of muscle mass. So I have a smart scale, which is why I'm able to give y'all these metrics. It's so funny because girlies be asking me, I'm like, girl, I gotta make a video. Like I know I have that stuff right here. So that's what I was going into surgery. How much did my surgery cost? So I don't know if Dr. And I tried not to talk about the cost of my surgery, but I'm going to answer the question because y'all keep asking me this question. My surgery was $6,000. I added on thigh lipo. It was $6,500. But I signed and got my surgery cost in 2019. I didn't get surgery until 2022. But I got my surgery cost and I got locked in at $6,000 with Dr. Chang. I've seen since then, like even before I got surgery, a lot of women getting surgery from Dr. Chang and they're paying $10,000. They pay $11,000. So his prices have gone up since then. That's why I was like, I'm not giving y'all the price because the price is not going to be the same. It don't matter how much I pay for surgery, sis. It don't matter. It don't matter because you're not getting that price. But yeah, so it was $6,000 and then it was $500 for extra areas of lipo. Dang, it says I have 4 minutes left in this memory card. Jesus. So $6,500 was my cost for surgery. But look, that was nothing compared to how much I really paid. I really want to say I paid in all about $12,000 to $15,000 for my surgery. $6,500 was just for the surgery. Then I spent another $3,750 just for aftercare for the nurses, plus another $500 actually. So we could say what's 3,750 plus 500. So I paid $4,250 for my nurses. Please watch that video, y'all, about StayRN. That I do not recommend them. They're a horrible nursing company. Please tell everybody you know not to book with them. I literally told y'all I will continue to say that in literally every video. If I could save a life, I will. So that was $4,250 paired with my surgery of $6,500. That's $10,750 right there, not counting the $1,400 that I paid for the Airbnb. That's $12,150, not counting the stuff that I told y'all need to be getting before surgery. So I'm not even going to include that, and that's not even counting the massages that I purchased when I got home. So yeah, actually I paid like $16,000 was my total cost for surgery. Do not look at surgery as just the price of the surgery, because that's going to be nothing compared to everything else you have to pay. And that's why I always tell y'all that whatever you're paying for surgery, make sure you have that same amount and then add $5,000. So for my and then my flight and then my mom's flight, right, because I was bringing her with me. So, and then Fajas, y'all, I paid $20,000 for surgery. Cause like it's like more things that I'm like, wait, I paid this. Like it's a lot more. And so Fajas, what Fajas do I recommend? What was my favorite Faja? What Fajas I didn't like? I got all those questions. The Fajas I do recommend, please watch my Faja video. But my favorite Faja was my Gamma Ultra Faja by Pretty Girl Curves. You can get the Faja online, and you also could go in the store and get it. Make sure to do your hip measurement and your hip measurement only. Don't go from the waist if you're getting surgery. Now, if you're not getting surgery, you go from the waist, it's fine. But only hip measurement, and just get your Faja altered to your waist. Now, that Faja, y'all, any girl who has surgery, they absolutely need that Faja, because that Faja does not have like a zipper, so it really snatches your fupa. It's easier to get into than the black Fajas that you see from my BBL vlog. Those black Fajas are good, and I actually still wear my Faja. I'm now 5 months post-op. I still wear my Faja. I still swell. My butt still hurts. I'm sitting on something now on the chair. So yes, to answer that question, Gamma Ultra by Pretty Girl Curves. The other question I usually get is alterations. Who did my Faja alterations? And the only Faja doctor, I actually met her in person. I forgot her real name. She's so sweet. And I shipped my Fajas into her. Her Instagram will be linked down below in the description box. She altered all my Fajas. No one else touched my Faja. Only her. And any regrets? Do I regret getting my BBL? Of course not. I am actually very happy I got my BBL, and I would recommend anyone to get whatever makes you happy and forget what the haters say, girl. They just hating. Would I ever get a round 2? Yes, I'm actually highly considering a round 2. Like every day I'm trying to stop myself from putting in a request for Dr. Chang to get a round 2. Simply because like I just want my waist to be more snatched. And it's so crazy because surgery, without surgery, like you will be happy, but you're never going to be 100% satisfied with your body. And I felt like going into surgery, I had an idea of what I wanted to look like, and then I came out, I don't want completely different. And it's nothing to Dr. Chang. I honestly didn't know anything about the hip dips going into surgery. Like I said, I did so much research, but I never heard any of the dolls that I watched on YouTube talking about the whole hip dip thing. So I wasn't even aware that fat in the hips don't survive like that, and you will also need more than one round for it to survive. So my hip dips are a little better, but I really went into wanting surgery to fill in my hip dips, and they're filled in halfway. So I feel like I need another round to fill them in, which is why I'm considering a round 2, and I more than likely will get a round 2. I just don't know when. I don't know. I kind of want to do surgery like after I have children, but then it's like I ain't even got no man. I ain't even got no husband. I'm in between like living my life like it's golden, and girl, you gonna want surgery after you have children, but I'm not even married yet, so I don't even know. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Another question is, why don't I show my recovery process on TikTok? Because I know a lot of y'all follow me on TikTok, and it's because when I tried, I was day 10 post-op. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was day 10 post-op, and I shared a day in my life, 10 days post-op from a BBL, and the comments literally did not pass the vibe check. I lost 1,000 followers. So many people were coming for me saying that I don't love myself, saying that I was a fraud because I speak on women empowerment and I was getting plastic surgery, like just all types of like wild stuff that I didn't even think that people would say. Like I knew that maybe some people wouldn't agree, but I didn't think it was going to be to the size it was, right? So it was really hard for me mentally to understand where people are coming from. And you know, most times I do know people project their own insecurities on other people, but it was really hard for me to put that in perspective while I was recovering for surgery. And so after that, I just vowed that I'm not going to talk about surgery on my TikTok just to protect my peace, because mentally I already was going through enough. I was going through enough mentally, and I didn't want to deal with that. So that's why I don't show my updates on TikTok or anything. If you would like updates, of course, come to here and y'all will get all the updates, and everything will be in a playlist for y'all to go back and watch, share with your friends, or go back and watch whenever you're going to have surgery, if you're going to have surgery, or I don't know, just watch even if you just want to know. I don't know. Another thing is, I already answered why Chang. My second choice doctor, who would I have went to if it wasn't for Dr. Chang? I honestly would have went to Dr. Mendetta if I didn't go to Chang, or Dr. What's his name in text? Dr. Jung? Is it Jung? If it wasn't Dr. Chang. And oh, another reason why I choose Dr. Chang, I'm really just a Chang stan. Like I love Dr. Chang. If anyone ever wants surgery, I'm screaming Dr. Chang from the rooftops. Another reason why I chose Dr. Chang is because Dr. Chang really hides your incisions, and you don't have 50 million incisions. When you watch all these surgery vlogs of these girlies, all these girlies got 25 million like bullet hole wounds. Like they have 25 million scars from entry points of the lipo stick, canala, is that what it is? Cannula? I don't know what it's called, of the lipo thing. And Dr. Chang, like, my scars are the same scars that Kim Kardashian has. She thought she was slick. Hulu thought they edited it, but they didn't cut the camera quick enough. I saw the scars, sis. It's okay. I love Kim. I love you, sis. But I saw my scars are under my armpits. For my BBL, literally under my armpit. I have one in my belly button, but you can't even see. That thing is long gone. And then I literally have one, like just one. He doesn't do drains either. I see girls with 2 on top of their butts, 2 under their butts, 2 under their breasts, 3 by their by, what is this called, by their cookie. They got 1 in the middle. Yeah, no. And so that's Dr. Chang 1, because Dr. Mendetta, he does a lot of scars. And I was like, well, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. So if I get my second round, when I get my second round, it will be with Dr. Chang. Let's see. Why did you even get a BBL in the first place? I got a BBL in the first place because I wanted to fill in my hip dips. I never really was in it for like a big butt. I didn't want my butt to be like huge at all. I do want my butt to be a little bigger now, but then I think about, it's like, I already have trouble fitting into normal clothes. My butt is, and it's honestly not about your butt, it's really about your ratio. It's like your butt could look a lot bigger than it is, even when it's not, because of like your waist to hip ratio. So my waist to hip ratio right now, like, I'm swollen, and I think I gained some weight, y'all. Like, I have been wilding. Give me a month or so. My waist now is measuring at a 30, and my hips are at a 50, well, 49.5. Before, my waist was at like a 29. I want my waist to be at a 29, 28, and my hips were at a 49.5. So if you imagine like the ratio, it's literally like a 2-to-1 ratio. So it makes me look more, it makes my butt look kind of bigger than what it is. So it really don't be about the butt like that. Just to put that in there. Did I lose friends? I didn't lose friends per se from surgery. I just saw who my real friends were. I feel like with anything in life, sometimes when you have something life-changing, people start to show their true colors, and they start to like show you kind of how they feel about you, or how they feel about what you're doing. And that definitely happened, but I didn't lose friends. How did I save for surgery? How did I mean, how did I save for surgery? So here's the thing about surgery. I feel like when people talk about the surgery, they think that you sign up and then you gotta like pay all your money right then and there or something. Like I said, I signed my contract I signed my contract in 2019 as a gift from myself from graduating college. I graduated college December 2019. In February was when I started my first corporate job. I spent $200 to lock in my price for my surgery and to sign my contract. So right off the bat, I spent $200. And my surgery, like I said, was $6,000, but then I wanted to add thigh lipo, so it was $6,500. So of course they subtracted that $200. Now to lock in my surgery date, I needed to pay an extra $300 because at the time with Spectrum, it's different now. You have to have $500 to lock in your date. So I didn't pay the $300, y'all. I kid you not, until my birthday was in January to start the year, until like November 2021. Literally November 2021 was when I signed to secure my date, and I made my date for March 10th 2022. So I literally only paid $500. So when I got down there, all I had to pay was $6,000. And so you do have the option of sending them payments, like if you want to pay more and then you can pay the rest. I don't know. Oh, no, that's a lie. So I paid $500, but then 30 days or 60 days, I think it was. So it's not going to be the same, but all in all, I just want y'all to know is you don't have to have your money when you decide you want surgery. So you really have, from the time you get your contract at Spectrum, no matter what their policy is now, you still have 24 months to pay for your entire surgery. And so when you put it in perspective, you have 2 years to pay for this surgery. So that means you can set aside money monthly, you can set aside money weekly for 2 years, or you could be like, scratch that, I'm not setting aside money for this year, I'll set aside money next year and then pay for the surgery. Or you could just go and just pay for the surgery. So either way, I feel like surgery is actually pretty affordable if you have 2 years to pay for it. When you think about all the times you eat at Chipotle, all the times you, I don't know, go to Zara, go buy this, like you have that's a long time. That's a long time to pay $6,000. It's kind of a long time. So yeah, I didn't do that though. But yeah, I only paid $500 for the down, and then when I got there, I kind of paid the rest. And then, so let's say, oh, how is shopping for clothes? Now, shopping for clothes is a huge learning curve. I'm still learning. It's actually very hard shopping for clothes. Tailor is your best friend, and I think these are things some people don't think about when you're getting a BBL, is that how are my clothes going to fit? If you don't want to walk around like a Fashion Nova model for the rest of your life, you have to keep in mind that clothing like Zara, like Mango, like business clothing, I'm a corporate girly, so I have to keep in mind certain things aren't going to fit the way that they did. And like I said, my butt is not huge, it's just that my ratio is such a big ratio that I'm having to get things bigger to fit my butt, and it doesn't fit my waist, just on a larger scale. And so it is a learning curve. It's something that you're going to have to do a lot of trial and error, which I did, and it's something that, you know, you're going to have to do alterations and maybe change up your wardrobe for a bit, and think about dresses and stuff like that, which I already had issues with clothes before because I'm a tall woman, so it was already giving dresses and skirts for me anyway. And I think those are most of the questions that I have written down that you all asked. When it comes to my massages, I get a lot of questions regarding who did my massages down in Miami. I went to Ari Massages in Miami, and just to make sure, the travel massage therapists are different. It's a different staff from the massage therapist in the office. Definitely request Miss Glenda if you don't mind your scars being opened up post-surgery. She was the best. Now, when I first met her, I didn't like her because my massages were so painful, but it was totally worth it. Other than that, I also worked with Noellea, so if you prefer your scars not being open with Ari Massages, then request Noellea. Both of them are the travel therapists. So again, Miss Glenda and Noellea. And when I got back to Atlanta, I went to Bella Med Spa Forever. Shout out to them. And I saw Mariana. Those three ladies were literally heaven sent, and they carried me on my back. If you've seen my how to get abs after lipo video, those were the ladies that did all of my massages for me. So shout out to Ari Massages, because Miss Glenda really got me together, y'all. Please request her by name, and if you get her, tell her that Imani sent you. because that's my sis. And skirts for me anyway. And I think those are most of the questions that I have written down that you all asked me. I just want to say thank y'all so much. Like, subscribe, follow, smash that subscribe button, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. Don't forget the BBL list of the things that I bought is still on Amazon. It's on my Amazon shop. That will be in the description box as well as the Faja doctor, as well as Blushing Dolls concierge nursing service for any post-surgery care, post-op care, like girl, for any post-surgery care. And